Find the critical path. In this problem, we are provided a list of 12 activities, A through L. The duration of time it takes to complete each activity is included, as well as any predecessor activities. To find the critical path, we'll sketch out a network diagram using the known predecessor activities. The critical path is the sequence of activities which constrains the schedule of the total project from finishing any sooner, and it may be between the four sequences A, D, F, I, L, B, D, G, K, L, C, E, F, J, L, or C, H, K, L. We'll begin by sketching out a simplified network diagram. If we focus in on the first 5 activities, we notice activity A, B, and C have no predecessor activities. Activity D cannot begin until activities A and B are completed, and activity E cannot begin until activity C is completed. If we continue constructing this diagram for all 12 activities, we notice activity L is the final activity, and the critical path will be either ADFIL, BDGKL, CEFJL, or CHKL. A detailed activity box includes cells for the early and late start and finish, as well as the duration and total float. In this problem, we will only use the top 3 cells, the early start, duration, and early finish, and will remove the lower half of the box. Next, we'll rebuild our network diagram using this modified activity box, where the first 8 activities on the project schedule are shown here. Unless otherwise stated, we'll assume the early start of the entire project equals 1. Also, we can add in the duration of time it takes to complete each activity, which was provided in the problem statement. The early finish of activities A, B, and C equal 6, 8, and 7, respectively. The early start of activity D equals the greater value between the early finish of activity A and the early finish of activity B, which equals 8. Since the value of 8 came from activity B, we'll add in a dotted line beside the arrow to help us quickly trace back later in the problem. The early start of activity E equals the early finish of activity C, which is 7. And, as before, since the 7 came from activity C, we'll add a dotted line beside